This call is now being recorded.
Okay. So now this is the problem, and we need to find out the eigen values and eigen frequency of this step chart. Now, the first step of finite element method is discretization. Now we will discretize this step shaft into two elements. Okay, because there are two cross sectional areas, so we will discretize it uh, into two members. So this will look. So this is element number one. This is element number two. This end is fixed. Okay, the length of this member is 10 meter. Length of this member is 5 meter. Cross sectional area is 1 meter square, and this cross sectional area is 0.5 meter square. Now, the difference between this problem and the 1D APM problem is that in 1D APM problem we don't consider the self weight of the element, whereas here we need to consider the self weight of the member. Okay? And since this is free vibrations, this is the free vibration case. Free vibration. So this is free vibrations. That means we are not considering any external loading on the system. That is why you won't find any kind of axial loading or transverse loading in this problem. Okay? Now, uh, this is discretization. These are the nodes. Node number one. This is node number two. This is node number three. So these things we have already learned in the previous semester. Okay? So we have discretized the member into two elements and three nodes. Now to find out the eigenvalues and eigenvectors and natural frequency, uh, the governing equation is under root, sorry, K matrix, global K matrix minus omega square into global mass matrix into displacement matrix is equal to. So this is the equation which will, this is the governing equation for this type of problem. That is global stiffness matrix minus omega square. Omega square is natural frequency into global mass matrix multiplied by the displacement, global displacement matrix. So this is also global displacement matrix is equal to 0. So here there are three terms, that is both global stiffness matrix, then global mass matrix, and global displacement matrix. So we find out the global stiffness matrix. Now we know that global stiffness matrix is addition of two element matrix. Okay? So first we calculate the element stiffness matrix. So that there are two elements, so there will be two element matrix, and then we add the two element matrix to find out the global stiffness matrix. So first is K1. Now K1, we know the stiffness matrix for the bar member is A1 E1 by L1 into 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. So this is the stiffness matrix for 1D bar element. Okay. So A1 E1 upon L1. So now we'll put the values. Okay, I'll change the marker. हाँ चल माझं लेक्चर सुरू आहे. Okay. So this is the element stiffness matrix. Now we'll put the values in this element stiffness matrix. So what is A1? A1 for element number 1 is 1 into E1. E1 is how much? Value of E is given 30 into 10 to the power 10. So 30 into 10 to the power 10 divided by length of the first member is 10 meters. So this is 10. 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. Now what will be the row numbers, column numbers to this matrix? What will be the row numbers, column numbers? It will be 1, 2, 1, 2. Because element number 1 is made up of two nodes, node number 1 and 2. So give the row number, column number as 1, 2, 1, 2. Now this and this will get cancelled. So here the answer is 3 into 10 to the power 10. 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. And this is for node number 1, 2, 1, 2. Similarly, we find out K2. So K2 is A2 E2 upon L2 into 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. And the row number, column number to this matrix will be 2, 3, 2, 3. Now we put the values. Area is 0.5 meter square into E. E is same because both the elements are made up of same material. So the Young's modulus is same, that is 30 into 10 to the power 10. This is divided by length of the second member is 5 meters. This is 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. And this is for node number 2, 3, 2, 3. And if you solve it, so this is 10 and this will get cancelled. So again, the answer is 3 into 10 to the power 10, 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. So in this way, we have obtained uh, the element stiffness matrix. Now find out the global stiffness matrix. So here the governing equation of this particular problem is this one. To find out the governing equation, so governing equation requires global stiffness matrix that is equal to K1 plus K2. And if you add these two matrices, see here, the multiplying factor is same 3 into 10 to the power 10. So 3 into 10 to the power 10. And in the bracket, so if you add, then it becomes 1 minus 1 0, then minus 1, this 1 and this 1 becomes 2, minus 1 0 minus 1 1. Okay. So the row number, column number will be 1 2 3 1, 2, 3. So we know how to assemble the two stiffness matrix to find out the global stiffness matrix. Okay. So this is the global stiffness matrix. Now another parameter that we require over here is the global mass matrix. Now we, we obtain the global mass matrix here. So to find out the global mass matrix, first we find out the element mass matrix. So element mass matrix M1 is given as rho A, rho 1 A1 L1 divided by 6. 2, 1, 1, 2. So uh, this is the formula for mass matrix. Okay, for cantilever beam. So if you put the values over here, so rho is 8500 into area is given as 1 into length is given as 10 divided by 6 into 2112, and the node number column number to this will be 1212. So if you solve, then it is 85 into 10 to the power 3 divided by 6 into 2112. Okay. So this is the element mass matrix. Now we calculate M2. So this is rho 2, A2, L2 divided by 6 into 2112. And this is for node number 2323. Now we put the values. So here 8500 into area is 0.5 into length is 5 divided by 6. 2112. The row number column number is 2323. Now, if you simplify it, then it is 85 into 10 to the power 3 divided by 24 into 2112. Now we find out the global mass matrix. The global mass matrix is M1 plus M2. Now to add the two matrices, what we have to do, we have to take the multiplying factor as same. Okay? So to make the multiplying factor of M1 and M2 same, what we will do, we will multiply and divide this equation, or multiply and divide this matrix by 4, because 6 4s are 24. तो यहाँ पे क्या करना है हमको, डिनोमिनेटर इक्वल करना है. तो डिनोमिनेटर इक्वल करना है तो मल्टीप्लाई एंड डिवाइड बाय 4 करेंगे. तो ये इक्वेशन को अगर आप मल्टीप्लाई एंड डिवाइड बाय 4 किया तो 4 into 6 becomes 24, and this 4 will be multiplied to every place. So this becomes 8, this becomes 4, this becomes 4, and this becomes 8. Now, The multiplying factor is common, so that is 85 into 10 to the power 3 divided by 24, and in bracket it will be 8404. Now this 8 plus this 2 will get added, so it becomes 10 1 0 1 2. Okay. So this is the global mass matrix, this is the global stiffness matrix, and the global displacement matrix uh, is given as U1, U2, U3 in column form. So now we are ready with all the values. Now we will put these values, that is global mass matrix and the global stiffness matrix, in this equation. So let it be equation number 1. Okay. So put in equation 1. Now the stiffness matrix comes out to be 3 into 10 to the power 10 in bracket 1 minus 1 0 minus 1 2 minus 1 0 minus 1 1. So this was our global stiffness matrix. Then minus omega square. Then the global mass matrix comes out to be here. This is 85 into 10 to the power 3 divided by 24. 840 410 1 0 1 2, and this is multiplied by the global displacement matrix. The global displacement matrix is U1, U2 and U3, and this is equal to 0. Okay. Now what we'll do, we will divide the entire equation by 3 into 10 to the power 10, because for this matrix we need a multiplication factor as 1. So what we'll do, we will divide the entire equation by 3 into 10 to the power 10. So if you divide the equation, then it becomes 1 minus 1 0 minus 1 2 minus 1 0 minus 1 1 minus omega square. Now if you divide this factor by 3 into 10 to the power 10, then the answer comes out to be 1.81. So it is 1.181 into 10 to the power minus 7. And in bracket it is 8 4 840 410 1 0 1 2. And here it is multiplied by U1, U2, U3, displacement matrix, and that is equal to 0. Now here this term omega square into 1.81 into 10 to the power minus 7 is considered as lambda. So we consider lambda is equal to 1.181 into 10 to the power minus 7 omega square. So instead of using omega square into 1.181 into 10 to the power minus 7, we use lambda over here. So this equation becomes 1 minus 1 0 minus 1 2 minus 1 0 minus 1 1 minus lambda 8 4 0 4 10 1 0 1 2 into u1 u2 u3 is equal to 0. Now what we'll do, we will subtract this equation from this equation. So it will be 1 minus 8 lambda here minus 1 minus 4 lambda here it is 0 here minus 1 minus 4 lambda here 2 minus 10 lambda here minus 1 minus lambda here it is 0 minus 1 minus lambda and here 1 minus 2 lambda. And this is what u1 u2 u3 is equal to 0. Now we will apply the boundary conditions. Now in this problem, node number 1 is completely fixed. So no displacement is allowed in node number 1. So what we'll do, we cancel out the row number 1 and column number 1. So this and this will get cancelled because u1 is equal to 0. Now what is remaining over here? It is 2 minus 10 lambda minus 1 minus lambda minus 1 minus lambda and 1 minus 2 lambda into u2 and u3. u1 तो कट गया तो क्या बचा u2 and u3 that is equal to 0. Okay. Now to find out the value of lambda, that is eigenvalue, we need to take the determinant of this matrix and equate it with 0. Okay. So to find eigenvalue or eigenvalues of lambda, equate determinant of coefficient. This is called coefficient matrix. So coefficient matrix with 0. So equate the coefficient matrix with 0 So if you take the determinant, that is 2 minus 10 lambda, minus 1 minus lambda, minus 1 minus lambda, and 1 minus 2 lambda equal to 0. So this becomes 2 minus 10 lambda into 1 minus 2 lambda minus minus 1 minus lambda into minus 1 minus lambda, that is equal to 0. So this into this minus this into this. So this is how we calculate the determinant. Now expand this equation. So this becomes 2 minus 4 lambda minus 10 lambda plus 20 lambda square minus minus 1 minus 1 plus lambda plus lambda plus lambda square is equal to 0. Now open this bracket. So this is 2 minus 4 lambda minus 10 lambda. So this minus 4 and minus 10, this becomes 14 lambda. This becomes 14 lambda plus 20 lambda square minus 1. This lambda plus lambda becomes 2 lambda minus 2 lambda minus lambda square is equal to 0. Now 20 lambda square minus lambda square is 19 lambda square, and minus 14 lambda minus 2 lambda becomes minus 16 lambda, and 2 minus 1 becomes plus 1 is equal to 0. So this is the equation that we obtained. And if you see this equation, so this is a quadratic equation, and the roots of the quadratic equation can be easily find out by, so here we find out the roots of this quadratic equation. So it is, so lambda is equal to minus b. So roots can be obtained by minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon twice a. Okay. Now we find out the roots here. So minus b will have to 16 plus minus under root b square and 16 square minus 4ac. So here a is 19 and c is 1. So 4 into 19 divide by twice a. So 2 into 19. And if you calculate the values of this lambda, then it comes out to be 0.0679 and 0.7792. So these are the two values of lambda, and lambda is what? They are eigenvalues. So lambda 1. So first eigenvalue, always the smallest value. Okay, always take the lambda 1 as smallest value. So here smallest is 0.0679 and lambda 2 is equal to 0.7792. So these are the two eigenvalues. Now our objective is to find out the natural frequency or the eigenfrequency of this step shaft. So we know that lambda is equal to 1.181 into 10 to the power minus 7 omega square. So here, if you put the value of lambda 1, you will get the first eigen natural frequency, and if you put the lambda 2 value in this equation, you will get the second natural eigen frequency. Okay. Now we'll put the values one by one. So lambda 1 is equal to 1.181 into 10 to the power minus 7 omega 1 square. So here omega 1 square is equal to, so if you put the value of lambda 1 as 0.0679, then omega square comes out to be 0.0575 into 10 to the power minus plus 7. And if you take the square root, then omega 1 is equal to 57.5 into 10 to the power 4 radian per second. So this is the first natural frequency of the system. And to find out the second natural frequency, put the lambda 2 value in this equation. So this is 0.7792 is equal to 1.181 into 10 to the power minus 7 omega 2 square. So here omega 2 square is equal to 0.6555 into 10 to the power minus 7. Sorry, plus 7. Okay. And the square root of it will come 2560.3 radian per second. So these are the two eigen frequencies and these are the two eigen values of the problem that we are solving. So if you know the concepts of finite element method, then it is very easy for you to find out the eigenvalues and eigenvectors. Okay, but your finite element method concepts should be clear. How to discretize it, how to divide the system into elements, and then how to form the element stiffness matrix, how to form global stiffness matrix, how to form element mass matrix, everything. So that's it. Do you have any doubt? If you have any doubt, then you can ask, or you can put your query in the chat box. If you have any doubt, then you can put your query in the chat box.